Springtrap Diagnosis. We're gonna analyze Springtrap very deeply and see his origin, his true potential on the story, and everything we could find about Springtrap. Let's do it! As you can see, Springtrap looks like one of the most scariest animatronics in the first games, Five Nights at Freddy's 1, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 and Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Who exactly is Springtrap? He is supposed to be the earliest model of Bunny suit and one of the first animatronics of Fredbear Entertainment. During the early days, he was known as Spring Bunny. So, Springtrap appears in at least 4 games from the FNAF franchise. And we're talking here about Five Nights at Freddy's 3, of course, Ultimate Custom Night, of course, Five Nights at Freddy's Pizzeria Simulator, where he's supposedly to be a new version of Springtrap called Scraptrap, and not lastly, Five Nights at Freddy's VR. As we know very better, Five Nights at Freddy's 3 is the beginning of the Springtrap lore, and he's actually the new antagonist of the Five Nights at Freddy's series. As well known, Five Nights at Freddy's 3 is the game where Springtrap makes his first appearance. So basically, here we find out that Springtrap is actually the antagonist of the series, because in that costume it happened to be William Afton, who of course is the creator and the genius and also the psychopath of all this lore. In the FNAF 3 ending, we find out how Springtrap was born, and actually we all can see that William Afton, aka Purple Guy, is the one who had a spring lock accident over there and killed by his own creation. How did he die in this particular scene? Well, Phone Guy tells us everything in some certain audios.
Try not to nudge or press against any of the spring locks inside the suit. Do not touch the spring locks at any time. Do not breathe on the spring locks, as moisture may loosen them and cause them to break loose. In the case that the spring locks come loose while you are wearing a suit, please try to maneuver away from populated areas before bleeding out, as to not ruin the customer experience.
So first of all, we have the spring lock failure, which could be caused by the water leak. And we can see in the building it is raining because it is very old building, so it actually rains inside. The second thing I could think about is that William Afton is breathing in the spring lock, which means if you breathe in Spring Bunny, it could cause a failure to the spring locks. And everything here is told by Phone Guy in the calls. Well, this kind of thing haven't stopped William Afton to do his evil ways, because Springtrap is actually designed to hear the sound from around and actually go over there where the sound is made. So basically, if you have some kids around, that Spring Bunny costume is programmed to go to the kids to entertain them. Well, not anymore, since right now it is used on evil ways by William Afton. So this is how we start to play Five Nights at Freddy's 3. We actually have to take care of the Spring Bunny. The design of Spring Bunny looks very amazing. He looks like one of the most formidable animatronics in this series. And about the jump scare, a lot of people didn't like the jump scares of Springtrap when Five Nights at Freddy's 3 appeared. So if we're checking the jump scare, he's barely jumping on our face, he's just trying to scare us and that's all. It's not like we are getting beaten by him. However, Ultimate Custom Night, where Springtrap makes a new appearance. Well, things changing over here a lot. Scott Cawthon really took this kind of critique from the Springtrap of Five Nights at Freddy's 3, and in Ultimate Custom Night he remade the jump scare of Springtrap in a new one. And as you can see, this is much better and people really actually love it. So getting back in Five Nights at Freddy's 3, at the end of the game we supposedly burned this building, so everything just goes away. However, there is a special Easter egg in Five Nights at Freddy's 3 where in a newspaper, if we brighten a little bit the situation, we could see that Springtrap is actually over there, which means he's alive. So, that being said, in Five Nights at Freddy's sister location, we have a special cutscene of Springtrap where we can see he is really alive and he actually survived the fire of the Five Nights at Freddy's incident.
Father, It's me, Michael. I found it. She's free now. I'm going to come find you.
If you enjoyed this video so far, take your time to give a like to this video so I can make another diagnosis for the next animatronic. Well, the hype was very real, because in the next Five Nights at Freddy's, which means Five Nights at Freddy's Pizzeria Simulator aka FNAF 6, Springtrap makes his return, but this time it is much better than before. Well, a lot of fans don't like the new Springtrap version. This is actually called Scraptrap, and he was basically redesigned to have a new look. But the special thing about Scraptrap is that he has a voice, and everyone loves this kind of voice from the PJ Haywood.
What a deceptive calling. I knew it was a lie the moment I heard it, obviously. But it is intriguing nonetheless. How can I resist a promise such as this?
It is impossible to do not know this line.
I always come back.
Really amazing. This really made Springtrap to look very like a true antagonist. And in the end, Scraptrap has a few lines in the FNAF Pizzeria Simulator. They are really amazing, I could say.
Fascinating. What they have become. You may not recognize me at first, but I assure you, it's still
I really
me.
love them. It makes him to sound very evil, which is really amazing. But of course, at the end of the game, he actually dies. So, as Henry is saying in the audio, he is ready to go to hell.
For most of you, I believe there is peace, and perhaps more, waiting for you after the smoke clears. Although for one of you, the darkest pit of hell has opened to swallow you whole. So don't keep the devil waiting, old friend.
Well, that's really fantastic. We're talking here about William Afton, which in Ultimate Custom Night we find him again, but there is nothing special about the Ultimate Custom Night version. The jump scares of the Scraptrap and Springtrap are different, like I said. They really look amazing. Much respect for all these kind of things. However, we got a new special treat in the other Five Nights at Freddy's, which is VR. No one could play Five Nights at Freddy's VR because we didn't have a VR. But right now there is a PC version for this. So, the new version of the Springtrap. It's not actually Springtrap, but it's a new version. He's called Glitchtrap. Glitchtrap is like a simple costume. It doesn't look like it has some wires inside him. It's just a person over there which controls the costume, and I'm gonna say it, he looks fucking scary. You understand? Amazing. This guy, this scene actually. I'm not gonna believe I could truly get this in the VR. That's a great antagonist over there. Huh. From Springtrap to Scraptrap to Glitchtrap. Now I gotta mention, Glitchtrap is not the same as Springtrap, like a virus. But Springtrap is not Glitchtrap. In the game files, Glitchtrap is actually called. Alright, and they are not the same. However, inside of the costume is supposed to be William Afton. I'm really gonna mention this to you, but Springtrap is one of my favorite animatronics ever. If I'm gonna have to choose between Springtrap, Scraptrap and Glitchtrap. I would prefer to see the original Springtrap as an animatronic. However, I want to take the voices from the Scraptrap and give it to the Springtrap, and that it would be the perfect animatronic ever. Thank you so much to arrive here to the final minute of the video. If you enjoyed, leave a like and a commentary. Five Nights at Freddy's, FNAF, and the next animatronic you want me to diagnose. Alright? I'm gonna remake the new Diagnosis videos, which I made it in the past. I'm gonna remake them with voice, with facecam, so we can have an interaction over here. And it's gonna be more chill and awesome. So, I'm out of here.